Assalamualaikum and very good morning to the speaker and all participants. Dr. Suhaida, are you
Hello.
here?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear my voice? Is it okay?
Okay, clear.
All right.
We start our talk today with Umur Kitab Al-Fatihah. Our honourable speaker, Dr. Suhaida binti Hassan and all participants. Attention to all participants, please ensure that your audio Zoom application is on silent mode. For the information, the attendance link will be provided 30 minutes after the talk. Without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Suhaida to give a talk. Please welcome.
Okay. Thank you very much, Miss Shira. Okay. First of all, okay. I would like to thank to HR department of SASMEC. Okay, for inviting me to deliver this very general talk on the organizational performance and productivity. Okay, and I believe that in this session, okay, we have head of departments, and then we have doctors, specialists, nurses, and also administrator. So today, the session is we are going to basically understand, okay, how you want to go about with managing organization performance in this context, SASMEC, and also productivity, how to achieve the highest productivity in the organization. So today, basically this is the training outline. Okay, please feel free to put in the chat box if let's say you have any questions related to my presentation, or you have your own ideas or view you want to share with the rest of the members. So first we will go a little bit about the course itself. Okay, and I will also share a little bit about the service industry with you. Okay, then the first phase or the first part, okay, we will touch on the organizational performance. Okay, and then after that, okay, we will continue into measuring the productivity and how, okay, at the end, SASMEC can achieve being a very reputable, okay, and able to perform well, and that will lead into increasing productivity of the organization. All right. Next, this is a little bit about myself before I go into detail the presentation today. So basically, I obtained my PhD, industrial PhD, back in 2017. Okay, and my MBA also from 2011. Okay, and my first degree is Bachelor Honours in marketing. Okay, and I have slight 8 years of experience being as the head of HR. Okay, in various position on the training side. Okay, and then head of department. Okay, and most of the industry that I've been in is in the automotive industry. So being in the automotive industry is a very stiff competition. Okay, in Malaysia, okay, a lot of players. So it is very important as HR, okay, to plan, okay, the right strategic HR plan, okay, for the organization. And after being 8 years in the industry, so I decided to go into education industry. So my position holding from the after being as a HR. So most of the academic management position, okay, also being part of my experience. So from the head of program, deputy dean, and dean, and I have more than 7 years experience in academic. So it complements my experience, okay, in industry and also in education. So my areas is particularly in HR, and then training and development, OB, organization behavior, organizational development, change management, and also corporate governance. So ranging from the top until the lower level management. Okay, and I'm also certified LIFO trainer. LIFO stands for life orientation. This is more towards understanding the behavior of individual. How do you want to manage your employee? Okay, in the organization by having different types of behavior. Okay, and also certified the trainer program. So I'm also the trainer for TTT. Okay. So just to share with you, the picture that I have, it is Mount Fuji. Behind me, belakang tu adalah Mount Fuji. So if you have time, maybe after the pandemic, okay, over, okay, lifted, so maybe you can have a visit to this area. Okay, very breathtaking view. Okay, very nice. So that's all about myself. Okay, now we go into the program itself. Okay. Basically, okay, when you have your organization, means that any setup of the organization, the ultimate goal is to target for profit, profit, and the establishment is to serve, okay, the industry itself. Means that as SASMEC, okay, the ultimate goal, okay, to offer, okay, services, healthcare services, and at the same time, okay, you efficiently and effectively, okay, using the resources available in the organization. So from there, okay, you can look at the actual output. Okay, the actual output become the measurement of the effectiveness or the performance of your organization. So in delivering such output, okay, so you need to have a very proper planning, okay, in order for you to achieve your target, your plan, and also your target design or that is being put up for your department or for your organization. Okay, and in this context, we will also look at how, okay, as you as a department, okay, play your role, okay, and how does that the performance of each department accumulated to become a performance of organization. Okay, so this is a very structured process, okay, that will take place in your organization. Means that any top decision made, means that any planning that made by your top management, okay, will be cascaded down, okay, through the middle management and also to the lower level management. So this is very important, okay, which everyone has to contribute to the success of your organization. Okay, next, okay, we will go into the objective and learning outcome. All right, so we have two parts here, which is organizational performance and also productivity. On the organizational performance, okay, first we want to look at the importance of organizational performance. Maybe you have heard, okay, about, how you want to ensure your organization perform at its best. Okay, but behind all these the information that you have or the knowledge that you have, okay, it is beyond that. Means that it will require extensive overview or extensive participation, okay, with your department and all of your staff. Okay, and we want to also look at the performance control. Okay, we will go through in detail on this one. Okay, types of performance control. Okay, how do you control the performance of your employees? Okay, and then what would be the manager's role? Okay, as a manager, okay, as a middle management, okay, it is very important, okay, for you to help, okay, to assist your employees or your subordinates in order for them to achieve a high performance. And common performance measuring and reporting problems. This is commonly happen based on my experience. Based on my experience, I can see that a lot of issues coming from the subordinates. Some of them dissatisfied with the assessment given, the evaluation given. So this before we can come into that issue, there's a mitigation that you can do in order for you to minimize the common problems that will happen. The second part, that we will go today, is on the productivity. We want to see in terms of the management commitment and also employee commitment. It has to go both parties. We said both parties has to play their role. Management can give their commitment, but without support from the employee, it is very difficult for the organization to move forward, and to excel and to perform at the highest productivity. And then cost-cutting methods of improving productivity. So you can see some of the areas that you can minimize. Minimize the things that can lead to improving productivity. And then role of supervisor, in increasing the productivity. And then improving employees' attitudes and skill, and also cost control strategies. Next, this is the overview of service industry in Malaysia. So as you can see, kalau kita lihat kat sini, services and manufacturing remain key contributors to economy. So means that SASMEC also part of the contribution. So here, when we talk about the services sector, in fact, I'm also teaching services management class, and in Malaysia now, it is ranging more than 60%, 60% of the contribution coming from the services sector. So I will pick up question when I take a break. Later I come back to you. Yes. All right. So basically, when we talk about services, services sector. So this is something intangible. Tangible like product. Product is tangible. You can touch and feel. But when it comes to services, it is intangible. So the value that you created to your customer, to your clients, that is the most important thing. The satisfaction level of your customer, also one of the key that you have to maintain. So that's why in Malaysia, a lot of companies investing a lot of strategy and tools for them to improve the services level that given to their customer. And I have this another news clip, Malaysia's health care sector, a rising giant in ASEAN. So basically, when we look at this, the sector expected to grow to 227 billion ringgit, by 2027. So I believe that you are familiar with my HT 2020. This is in tandem with the National Visit 2020 Malaysia campaign. So the healthcare industry is becoming the popular destination. Malaysia becoming popular destination for the international patients to come and seek health wellness treatments, and at the same time enjoying the country's tourism attraction. But I believe in 2020 it is very challenging for this industry, and with the pandemic COVID, we hope that it will be lifted by towards maybe end of 2021. So you can, the industry can, bounce and basically able to continue contributing to the economy of Malaysia. All right, so basically that's a very huge opportunity for the industry. Okay, and you have to take this as part of opportunity for you to look at some of the strategy, some of the companies or healthcare industry working on. So this will help, okay, SASMEC to build, okay, reputation, okay, and at the same time, okay, can generate more profits and revenue to the organization. Okay, so just to share with you, so when Adam Haziq, he approached me, so he was saying that, okay, SASMEC, give some overview about SASMEC and so on. So I was thinking, okay, so what would be the five? Who is the five top private hospital in Malaysia in 2020? So I was searching and searching. So I came up to understand. Okay, Gleneagles Hospital KL is the first. Okay, the first that in the top five private hospital in Malaysia. And second is KPJ Ampang Puteri Specialist Hospital. Okay. And we have the third one, Pantai Hospital Kuala Lumpur. The fourth place, Pantai Hospital Aikro and Pantai Hospital Penang. So maybe you were thinking, okay, why? Okay, you can see that I think three is Pantai Hospital under the same management. Yeah, means that the same management of the hospitals. So do you have any idea? Maybe some of you can participate in this session. Okay, why they are the top 5 private hospital in Malaysia in 2020? Anyone boleh share some of your view? Why do you think that they are the top 5 private hospitals in Malaysia? Any idea? Just share your view. Just have your, we can participate in the session. In bahasa pun okay, no problem. Okay, Shira, because of their service. Okay, right. Other than service?
Customer satisfaction.
Okay, good. Cik Nizam, customer satisfaction. All right. I believe you know better from me the industry itself. Okay, Pantai Hospital. So basically, when we talk about services, services that you give to your customer, customer is looking for something that is the value that they receive whenever you deliver the service to them. Okay, bila when you go to hospital, I've been there. I mean, like I've stayed in Pantai Hospital Penang. Okay, and their service level is completely different. Different means that in terms of the way that they entertain their customer, okay, and then at the same time, okay, they also able, okay, to understand well, okay, what would be the issues or the issues coming from the customer itself, and they will try as much as possible to entertain the customer. And even though when that time when I stayed in Pantai Hospital Penang, it's like 3 days, 3 days. And I feel that the service delivery, okay, the nurses very attentive to the customer, okay, to the patients. So these some of the things that the customer is looking for. Okay, yeah, definitely, there's a price for you to pay. Okay, but again, okay, if you're able to deliver such service, so you can also put a certain price, a premium price for the services that you provided. So basically, the way to gain a good reputation is to endeavor to be what you desire to appear. means that your reputation is crucial. Means that why they are becoming the top 5, okay, because they have a standard, and the standard provide trust to the customer, and that lead to the good reputation, and word of mouth will be shared by their patients. So this is some of the things that they did, okay, in order for them to become the top 5 best private hospital. So the first one, okay, think customers, not patient. So basically here, when we talk about patients or customer, okay, if let's say I'm not feeling well, okay, so I will be searching, okay, which hospital that I want to go. Okay, so not only talking about the reputation, okay, but you also look for the specialists, okay, and then the room itself, okay, the beds, whether comfortable or not, okay, the view is good or nice, okay, these are the things that keep on triggering in your mind. Okay, so as for the hospitals, okay, you have to create some kind of relationship, okay, not attending, okay, to the patient, but you attending to the customer. Okay, put yourself in the shoes of your customer. So from there, okay, you will create an effective communication, okay, try to minimize the waiting lines, waiting times, so that it will increase the patient's satisfaction. Okay, and the second one is patients make assumption about your hospital. So you really have to take care. Okay, sometimes because of any certain misconduct that you did or you happen between you and your customer. Okay, sometimes, okay, the customer nowadays they can easily put that in social media and share, okay, in the public. Okay. Okay, all right. So at the same time, okay, you can also, okay, promoting about your facilities, latest facilities that you have. Okay, and then from there they know that, okay, SASMEC has done, an investment in this department or in this facility, so that the assumption that made by patient will be reduced. And then the third, keep a watchful eye on the internet. Okay, so just be careful if whatever in any activities or any day-to-day tasks that you have conducted. Okay, please make sure that any conduct that made in the organization, okay, it is according to the right way. Yeah, sometimes people just want to, tarnish your reputation. So you have to make sure that it is being monitored. Sometimes when you have your Facebook, for example, or your Instagram, okay, your social media, okay, all these people, it's just that they want to tarnish your reputation. So you have to make sure, okay, that you always monitor all this information. And then be mindful of public performance reporting. Okay, if let's say you have published your report, for example, like annual report. Okay, sometimes some of the data can be used by the insurance company, okay, and publish it online and so on. So please be mindful in putting any performance report in public. And then next, okay, good staff means a good reputation and vice versa. Okay, so means that you have to have a very dedicated staff. Okay, and by having this dedicated staff in attending to the customers, so it will create somehow it will create a long-term good reputation of your hospital, of SASMEC, in the public. Okay, so this is one way. We start from the internal of SASMEC itself, means that you have a very talented staff, okay, and that able, okay, to facilitate your customer, and also from there, okay, it will help to increase the reputation. And then next is the strong reputation. Okay, when you have a strong reputation, you can attract new international patients. Okay, I believe that you have already received numbers of international patients, and from the good reputation, okay, more and more international patients will come to your organization. And then when reputation suffers damage, okay, respond immediately. So means that if let's say any wrong, false information, okay, being communicated or being in public, yeah, means that any false information, you have to immediately respond. Okay, so that's why when you have any information, wrong information published in your social media, okay, you have to be able to immediately respond, okay, to the issue, okay, so that you will not let, okay, anybody else, okay, any third party to come and take advantage on the issue itself. All right, so this is some of the things that maybe you can, you can ponder, and maybe you can look into, okay, so that maybe in the future you can have some of these to be implemented in SASMEC. Okay, what is organization performance? Okay, sebelum ni maybe some of you, okay, may heard, maybe your superior or maybe your management, okay, talking about organizational performance. Okay, in your perspective, okay, apa yang you akan nampak, maksudnya what you can see in organization performance. Apa yang you rasa, what is all about organization performance? Apakah yang dimaksudkan dengan organizational performance? Jangan tengok dekat yang definition saya bagi tu but this is based on your own view. Apa yang you faham tentang organizational performance?
Customer happy.
Customer happy. Oh, customer happy. Okay, organization performance when your customer happy, okay, that shows that you performing at your best. Okay, okay, good. Lagi?
Kalau tak ganggu, tak pakai.
Your profit and loss.
Profit loss, okay, means that your company's performance in terms of profit and revenue. Okay, good. Cik Nizam je ni, lain-lain mana ni? Join. You can put also in chat box. Okay, so basically, okay, when we talk about performance, performance is an activity that you conduct day to day on your daily basis. So, for example, you are responsible, okay, to attend to the customer, means that to the customer that walks in into your organization. So you may want to record your how do you attend to your customer. For example, like maybe today you have like 50 customers that walks in, okay, and the successful rate means that the ability for you to attend to the request of your customer, okay, that is the result of your activity for that particular day. So whether it is 100%, okay, achieved and satisfied, or maybe 50%, okay, depending on how you manage your customer. So this is the considered as the performance of the day. So it is an accumulated, okay, means that just now I give you just only example of that particular position, okay, but here, okay, in the case of SASMEC, okay, you have a lot of numbers of departments that doing the activity, okay, delivering the services that you plan, okay, plan for that particular month or that particular day or year, and from there, okay, boleh mute tak? Alright, so from there, it is an accumulated results. Okay, means that all departments has to play their role. Okay, and from each department's performance, that will be accumulated, okay, becoming the overall organizational performance. So it is a full commitment. It is a holistic commitment that you have to give, okay, to your organization. Means that it's not only maybe one department only, okay, but it is a result of all departments playing their role, okay, in order for them to achieve the results. So all of this, okay, accumulated, and that leads to the organizational performance. So again, okay, just to recap, okay, your department's performance, okay, and then you combine with all other performance coming from other departments, and then that leads to the organization performance as a whole. Okay, dia bukan hanya only one department tapi semua department akan memainkan peranan. Right. So why it is important in measuring organization performance? Okay, so we have 4 areas that we will look into. Okay, the first one, okay, maybe admin you can mute to those that talking without muting their side.
Cok dia mana cok dia? Cok bandit. Lagi mana? Ni.
Tak mute lah siapa tu. Macam fikir.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the 4 areas that we will look into. Okay, the first one is better asset management. So I believe that you have numbers, quite extensive investment, okay, that available in SASMEC, okay, and employees also part of the asset of the organization. And then increase ability to provide customer value, okay, improve measures of organizational knowledge, and also impact on the organizational reputation. So we will go through one by one. Okay, the first one, okay, basically, okay, when you understand what would be the
tak dengar pun janji pokok. Attendance tu ada.
Okay, saya dengar tu. Okay, please mute Sarah. Okay, so basically, okay, when you understand, okay, what would be the assets that require for your departments in order for you to deliver the task. Okay, so once you understand, okay, the importance of you having that particular asset in your department, okay, it is much more easier, okay, for you to manage the asset itself, okay, to the best utilization. Means that the effectiveness and efficiency, okay, of that particular asset is well taken care of your department. So when you have this asset management, okay, when you want to acquire, okay, like for me, when last time when I was working in the industry, so whenever you want to purchase any asset, okay, your management will ask, okay, what will be the ROI, return of investment to us? Okay, apa yang return that we will get? Okay, if let's say I have this investment, maybe new machines with new technology in your department. So you have to clearly explain to your management. Okay, by having this, okay, so it is the return if let's say X number of patients using this or customer using this, so the return, okay, will be this much. Okay, so these are the things that your management would like to hear. Okay, when you have this investment, okay, what would be the ROI, okay, to your organization? So it is much more easier for you to conduct any activities related to that particular machines or that particular investment. So as the head of department, okay, or the individuals that taking care of the machine, okay, you have to take care, really take care of your asset available in your organization. And then another important area, okay, that you can look into, okay, increase ability to provide customer value. Okay, so when your customer happy, okay, like just now, Cik Nizam several times you mentioned about customer happy. So that is the value that obtained by your customer. So once your customer satisfied with your service, okay, they will return to your organization. Okay, they know that, okay, with this amount of money that I paid for the services, okay, by SASMEC, okay, I know that I can get a better value, for example. Okay, so that's why, okay, it will help to increase the customer value, okay, and you know that, okay, by me going to the SASMEC, okay, they have latest technology, latest machine, and so on. So it will enhance the customer value coming from the customer itself. And then it will also give impact on the reputation. Okay, strong reputation leads to greater consumer trust, customer trust, and ability to command premium pricing. So that's why the first, the previous slide that I shared with you, the top 5 private hospital. Okay, why they can have such premium pricing? Okay, because they have a very strong reputation and the customer have a very high trust in the services delivered by the hospital itself. So you can have your the pricing, premium pricing that you charge to your customer, because the customer wanted to enjoy the value that you provided to the customer. And then improve measures of organizational knowledge. So in some organization, they have a certain platform for them to share any knowledge created in terms of information sharing among departments. And in most organization, they have this, they call it knowledge management platform, KM. So inside the platform itself, okay, you can have a lot of links that share about knowledge, maybe coming from different department, and then maybe from the external parties. So from there you can have an interaction, okay, asking, let's say you have this kind of issue, okay, how do you want to solve this particular issue? So these are the things that lead, that help the organization, okay, to improve better. Okay, and by having this interaction, okay, it also will enhance the communication level, okay, among the staff in SASMEC itself. All right. Next, okay, the organizational productivity. So basically, productivity, it is one indicator, okay, for the company, okay, to see, okay, what would be the output and how it is efficiently measured by the organization itself. So you have to make sure that the productivity, okay, of your employee is at their level best. Okay, means that the head of departments needs to play their role, okay, in ensuring, okay, any outputs or services provided by the staff itself, okay, able to meet the customer needs and also fulfill the customer satisfaction. And then the effectiveness, okay, we want to measure how, okay, how appropriate organization goals and how you achieve those goals. So I believe that every year, okay, you have your top management will cascade down the target or goals for that particular year, and then how effective that you can achieve those goals. So this is one way for you to understand whether your department is performing well or not. Okay, so you can have like a half yearly basis, quarterly basis to review, okay, whether you are achieving the target or not. Okay, in most companies, okay, they conduct like half yearly, okay, or maybe quarterly, for them to measure the achievement of this goal. And once you have the effectiveness comes in, the productivity comes in, and customer also comes in to your organization, then will lead into the industry ranking. So numerous industry and company rankings, like just now, top 5. So you also want, SASMEC also wants to be part of the industry rankings. So the good reputation, okay, when you can have because when I go into the website of some of the top 5 hospitals, they have quite a numerous number of recognition, achievement, and then from there it will lead into good reputation. All right. So before we go to performance control, okay, I will pick up some of the questions that you put in the chat box. One moment. Okay, cost cutting methods of improving Muhammad Syami, cost cutting methods of improving productivity ni termasuk Lean Six Sigma methods and continuous improvement. Okay, as for the cost cutting methods, okay, it is part of continuous improvement. Okay, means that all the quality tools, you can use Ishikawa diagram, Six Sigma. Okay, and then maybe you can also like for one of my student, he's working in hospital industry as well. So he used Ishikawa diagram, okay, in order for him to improve, okay, the current processes in the department itself. So from there, okay, you can see that maybe throughout the initial process, you have maybe 7 steps. Okay, 7 level of processes, but by understanding the issue is happening in each process, okay, it can minimize into maybe at 5 level only. So you have already conducted cost cutting, okay, with the 2 processes that you remove from the original one. So it is a continuous improvement, okay, from time to time. So you have to revisit the processes that you have in your organization, and then from there you can see that some of the process, okay, you can improvise, and you can really reduce some of the costs that will incur in the organization itself. Okay, OPI is very important in an organization. Okay, all right, okay. So next, okay, we will go into performance control. Okay, so this is a process, input, process, and output. Okay, so when you have when you have the processes that involve in your day-to-day activities, so it will have these 3 process: input, process, and also output. So in input, okay, it is a feed-forward control. We call it feed-forward control. Okay, whereby you prevent the problems, because before the problems come in, you will already anticipate what would be the problems that could happen. Okay, that we call as a feed-forward control. Okay, and then after you have conducted, okay, you have anticipate all the problem, okay, what would be the issues that you will face, then it will go into processes. Okay, that we call concurrent control. So in concurrent control, okay, as it is happen, okay, the work activities happen, and the processes you have to manage correctly. So sometimes you may find that a lot of external factors coming in, okay, when you conducted during the concurrent control. But okay, once you have anticipated the issues that will happen, okay, it is much more easier for you to understand any mitigation that you need to do when the problems come. Okay, so that is the things that you will already anticipate. Okay, and at the same time, okay, much more easier for you to manage when the times come. And after you have completed, okay, the processes, then it lead into output. Okay, output is the feedback control. Okay, whereby after the you have delivered your services, okay, then you will get some feedback from your customer. Okay, so maybe not from your customer, or maybe coming from your supervisor itself. Okay, sometimes Like for me, I like to take comments or feedback as a constructive advice. Okay, constructive advice so that you can improvise. Okay, improvise your performance from time to time. Okay, so this is the very basic, very basic process that involve in your day-to-day activities in your organization. So it has to have input,
Aida,
yes, and output. Yes, yes.
I want to ask you,
Okay.
what is the reason of the organization performance type function?
Come again.
What do you mean by that, and what are the main costs of the definitions of the performance in organizations?
The function of performance. Can you repeat, Encik Nizam?
I want to know the organization performance functions, meaning that
Oh, die function. Okay.
whatever you
This.
have planned, that the process control, it doesn't achieve, meaning that it tends to be function everything. So
Okay.
the reason to that, and
Okay.
how to overcome. I mean, how to avoid or how to deal with the just function episode.
Issues lah. Okay. So organization dysfunction, basically first it has to come from the support from the top management. Okay, that I will explain to you later. Okay, but in a nutshell, okay, when you have already a plan KPI, means that the top down instruction. Okay, this is the goals for this year, and all departments has to play their role, okay, in achieving this goal. But when it comes to the implementation part, you feel that the achievement is not as you expected. So there are various factors that you can look into. Okay, one of it, okay, you can look in terms of your commitment coming from the staff itself. Means that your department, for example, I'm taking example of one department. Okay, so sometimes we are dealing with humans, we are not dealing with machines. Kalau machines easier. Okay, if you feel dissatisfied or unhappy, you just turn off, right? But when it comes to staff itself, so you have to first understand, okay, what would be the issue of not achieving that particular target or goals. Okay, because that's why, okay, you need to have a mitigation plan, mitigation plans in order for you to overcome, okay, the issue. And the quarterly review of performance also very important. Cik Nizam, means that you have to monitor closely the performance. I've been experienced in many organizations, okay, and various organizations have their different constraints, okay, and also in terms of the limitation coming from the employee side, okay, and from there you have to first understand, okay, what would be the issue. Sometimes the issue is not coming from your staff itself, okay, but sometimes it's coming from the processes, okay, and then sometimes it comes from the support from management, for example. Okay, so dysfunction, organization dysfunction, performance unable to meet the target. It is not only talking about the employee itself, but you have to first, okay, understand, okay, the whole situation, and then goes into the root cause. Okay, so I hope that I answer you, Cik Nizam.
Yeah, thank you very much. I want to talk about this thing. Does the accreditation of the quality management by hospitals will lead to or moderate or immediate the achievement of performance?
Okay, if you have, it can mediate if, okay, it can mediate if the employees really follow the guidelines, the policy that you have put in the management system itself. Sometimes you have the ISO, okay, tapi ada some companies yang that I've been to give a talk, they feel that, oh, ISO ni menyusahkan, for example, because the processes will very long, and then the guidelines also you have to follow a lot of things. Okay, you have to remember any management system, okay, quality management system that you have in your organization, it serve to help, okay, to facilitate the processes in the organization. Okay, it's not that you have the ISO, dia akan menyusahkan staff. No, you have to always educate your staff. Okay, saying that okay, by having this quality management system, okay, it will facilitate the processes. Okay, that's why just now you need to revisit your processes and then the service delivery. Because from time to time, as you know that now the environment is getting very competitive. Okay, with new technology, and then maybe you need to have a really simplified process so that the customer, okay, will feel satisfied, satisfied with your services, because now, okay, customer would like to go for the service that really can give the best to them at affordable price. So jadi it's true, quality management system can mediate, but subject to the employee has to really follow the implementation.
So,
Sometimes in exam, you have all the system, tapi you did not get the support from the staff. So before you can implement any system, quality management system in your organization, you have first to come with the education to your staff. So much more easier later on, okay, for you to implement. Yeah.
So can we say that this pattern the mediate, and also the main moderating fact is that the human resource trainings
yes,
the performance is that will moderate the whole thing.
Yes.
If the organizations avoid training or insufficient training, the whole thing will die functions.
Yes.
So
I can agree on that, because when you hire new employees to your organization, okay, they come with their own knowledge, their own skill, and their own ability. Okay, but okay, you have to put that particular staff in the right department. Okay, when the dysfunction issue comes, because you fail to put the person in the right position, for example, and at the same time, okay, HR also has to play their role, okay, in understanding, okay, the needs coming from each department. Means that the needs in terms of training, we have soft skill, hard skill, okay, technical skills. So all this, okay, has to be planned out. Okay, plan out in order for the employees to increase, okay, their knowledge and ability. So by having all this prepared as a whole, okay, so it is much more easier for you to assign that particular employee to a certain assignment. So HR plays a very important role, okay, and at the same time, head of departments also has to give feedback. Okay, what would be the training that require for your staff in order for them to perform better?
So if you look at your diagram now, performance control. So the accreditations and also the trainings of the human resource process.
Yes, in the process part. But when it comes to input, okay. Here, input, process and output. Okay, when you just taking example of you delivering, macam tadi dekat the customer walks in into SASMEC, and then the administrator, okay, administrator will ask, okay, what will be the issue? Okay, you have anything that we can help you? So basically, at that point, okay, they know already. Okay, if let's say this customer saying that she needs to go to certain area, so the person will know that, okay, so I will assign, okay, this customer to this particular department. So once you already assign, okay, that particular customer to that particular department, okay, then the processes will take place. Okay, the customer will go to that particular department, okay, and then from there, okay, the customer gets entertained, okay, and rectify the issue, okay, and then after that, the customer will go back, and then from there, customer will feedback, okay, whether they satisfied or not, okay, with the service. Okay, and at the same time, okay, whether the customer has to come back, okay, if the problem occur. So by having this understanding your own processes, okay, much more easier for you to manage that particular situation. So kena setiap individu, maksudnya with the position, they need to understand what would be the accountability and responsibility of that particular position. So much more easier for you to manage, okay, manage the processes of that particular task. Okay, Cik Nizam?
Okay, thank you.
Alright. Okay, so how do you control staff performance? Okay, this is question for all. How do you control your staff performance? This is a cartoon from Dilbert. I really like to take because the cartoon from Dilbert, this is more to office management, implementation and so on.
By having KPIs.
Okay, good. By having KPI. Okay, other than that, we just put a part KPI. So KPI is basically you are looking at the performance either quarterly, half yearly or year end. Okay, but day-to-day operation, okay, how do you monitor and control your staff performance?
Having a culture.
Okay, culture. All right. Maybe you can give example, Cik Nizam?
A culture that all staff should know, to appreciate that the organization is appreciating their customers' happiness or satisfaction.
Okay. All right. Okay. So maybe you walk around to see whether your staff is delivering, okay, as what you have expected. Okay. Ensuring the customer happy. Okay. So that's why as the middle management, okay, or top management, okay, sometimes you have to go to the ground, okay, to understand, okay, what would be the issues faced by your employees. Okay, sometimes because of short of or lack of facilities, okay, that also will jeopardize your staff performance. Okay, so you have to from time to time, okay, just casually, okay, have discussion, okay, with your staff, okay, asking about if you face any issues, okay, and at the same time, okay, you will also, okay, able to monitor, okay, your staff performance. Okay, that is how, like last time, okay, I have about 50 subordinates under me. All right, so it is very difficult, okay, for me to attend to each one of them. Okay, but once in a while, okay, I will go down, okay, and see, okay, what is happening, okay, what is the things that face by the issues that faced by your staff itself. So from there, the subordinates will see that, oh, okay, my supervisor, okay, really, okay, try to understand, okay, the issue and really, okay, pay attention to what I'm doing and so on. Okay, sometimes the subordinates they need some kind of not to say attention, okay, but a care. Care means that you are creating a kind of relationship that your subordinates, okay, having trust, okay, in your leadership. Okay, these are the things that your employees are looking at.
Furthermore, I think the main thing in organizations, and especially towards the performance achievement of performance organization, other than this thing, is about to develop a right mindset on the
Yes.
staff, right? The mindset that the staff can accept or to have to adopt the quality culture, the performance culture, right?
That's why the organization behavior, okay, is very important because it helps the employees to understand, okay, the right culture for your organization. Okay, by having a very good mindset, so basically it helps the employees to be able to perform better. Okay, because when you have a very positive mind in dealing with your day-to-day activities or tasks, okay, it is much more easier for you to manage that particular task. Okay, instead of having the negative thoughts, always put the negative thoughts first. That also will affect the staff performance. It's true. Mindset is one of the creating good mindset. Setting good mindset is also important. Okay, this is the types of performance control. Okay, we have 4 types. Okay, we have financial, information, and then benchmarking, practices, approach, and also balance scorecard approach. Okay, so basically, okay, in financial controls, okay, this is taken from your financial statements, your return of investment, okay, your revenue, your profit. Okay, so you can measure that performance with the amount of resources that you have invested. Okay, and from there you can see whether you have to perform better, okay, in the next future, or you can forecast, okay, what would be the revenue or profit that you can obtain in the future. So some of the financial ratios, I'm not going into very detail. This is just for your information. Okay, you have like liquidity ratios. This is how your organization able to meet your current debt obligation, leverage ratio. Okay, more to finance your asset and ability to meet the interest payment, activity ratio, okay, efficiency use of your firm's resources, and profitability ratio. Okay, basically how your assets or resources able to generate more profits. Okay, so this is a very basic information, okay, about financial control. But as for the middle management or head of departments, okay, at least you need to have this idea, so that much more easier, okay, for you to manage your department performance in terms of finance. And information control, okay, so we have MIS, Management Information System. Okay, I believe that in SASMEC, what types of MIS that you are using currently? Do you have a management information system? Maybe you use like a platform, Oracle or SAP. Do you have that kind of platform in SASMEC at the moment? Maybe HR can help.
SASMEC tu. SASMEC is what? SASMEC.
No, SASMEC, Sultan Ahmad Shah.
Oh.
Do you have any information MIS in place in SASMEC now? Maybe you have a platform like intranet that everyone can access. Do you have that? Okay, so basically, okay, in most of the organization, they have a system, management information system, we call it, okay, or you have Heuris, Java, oh, okay, you are using Java platform, okay, good. So basically, okay, when you have this MIS, okay, it helps the organization to integrate communication, okay, and day-to-day processes that happening in your organization. Okay, it is a regular basis. So means that, for example, you have like just now you mentioned that you have Heuris. So when the information captured by the maybe HR department. Okay, HR department has all the information. Okay, and then it also can be picked up by other department. Alright, so here it provides information, okay, information that useful, okay, beneficial to all departments, all other departments. Okay, sometimes, for example, like in industry, okay, you have data about your supplier, for example. So your supplier data can be utilized, can be used by maybe production department, okay, and also logistic department, okay, and also, maybe HR department or procurement department. So we have two types of data and information. Data is a raw, unanalyzed facts, means that any information that you put in your system is just a data. Okay, and from the data, you can analyze and process. Okay, maybe you pick up some of the important data that you can convert into a good information to your department. Okay, so information control is very important. Okay, because now when it comes to the communication between you, your department, okay, and also other department, and also a third party, external party, okay, that also will help, okay, the organization to understand better, okay, what would be the good information, okay, beneficial information that you can pick up, right? And then next is the managers, how the manager make use of all this information, and your ability to control, okay, the use of that particular information. So as a manager, okay, you need to understand, okay, what is actually happening, okay, and then the performance standard that you set, okay, for the organization and also for the employee itself. Okay, and then the variation, okay, what would be the differences, okay, differences that may occur, okay, if let's say you fail to pick up the right information, okay, and what would be the appropriate course of action that you need to take, okay, in order for you to mitigate any issue, or you want to come up with different types of strategy. So information control in organization is very, very important. Okay, sometimes because of wrong information given, okay, it will lead into bad decision making. Okay, so that's why, okay, when you have a very good system implemented in your organization, much more easier for you to manage the information. And we have also balance scorecard. Okay, maybe some of you heard about this balance scorecard. So balance scorecard is another approach in order for you to measure, monitor and measure your organization performance and your employees' performance. So basically in BSC, we call it BSC, balance scorecard. Okay, they have 4 areas, which is financial, customer, internal processes, people, innovation, growth, and asset. So here the 4 areas, okay, will reflect the organization strategy. So when you have these 4 areas, it is much more easier for you to manage each area, okay, by setting performance goal in that particular area. Okay, in SASMEC, what types of performance management system that you are using? Anyone would like to share? Do you have any performance measurement system that you have you use in SASMEC? Ada tak? How do you measure your KPI? KPI in your organization? Okay, ada answer. Okay, APAR. What stands for APAR? Performance measurement. A stand for what? The abbreviation? Ada nama panjang dia tak? APAR tu. Annual. Oh, okay, annual performance. Okay, sure. Sure, Cik Nizam. Okay, APR. Okay, so you have your performance system that you have in your organization. But I believe you also link to financial, customer, and internal processes, and also people in terms of innovation and the personal development and growth of your employee. So all of what types of system that you use that will reflect your organization strategy and also your performance. So this is example for BSC, BSC for hospital. Okay. So as you can see that here, all right, we are talking about stakeholder, internal process, learning, and also financial. So you have your own measurement and objective, measurement and also targets. Okay, what is the initiative, okay, that you will look into? Right, this is being communicated to all employees, and each department has to pick up, okay, their responsibility, and also how, okay, they can help to manage or to achieve this target. Right, so most of the companies that I've been working with, okay, using BSC, and some using PMS, performance management system. Okay, but now, okay, having all, okay, available online, okay, it is much more easier. Okay, like just now, as I mentioned about IoT. Okay, you have technology in place for you to monitor performance and so on. So looking at the next point, okay, we are looking at the benchmarking of best practices. Okay, I believe that you have in your department itself, okay, you have few departments that really performing very well. Okay, so you can also use, okay, that kind of benchmark, okay, to look at the best practices, okay, for that, from that particular department to be implemented in your department. Okay, so it will help you to identify the gaps and also the potential areas of improvement. Okay, remember that some of you mentioned about the quality, continuous quality improvement, CQI. Okay, that, okay, can be also part of the exercise that you can do through the benchmarking practices. All right, so this is steps to implement internal benchmarking. So first, okay, you have to look at the best practice that link to these strategies and also goals. Okay, and then after that, okay, looking at the identifying, okay, the best practice, and then develop, okay, best practice reward and recognition system. Okay, and then communicating, okay, the best practice throughout your organization. Okay, and then create the knowledge sharing system and nurture, okay, the best practices on ongoing basis. So I believe that in your not only in your organization, but maybe if let's say you have branches, okay, branches of or different other operations that under SASMEC, you can also benchmark, okay, to see if let's say some of the area can be done, okay, can be improvised in your current process or improvement. Okay, this is another technology that use, we call it dashboard, dashboard for monitoring. So most of the companies, they have this dashboard, okay, can be viewed, okay, by the head of company, okay, to see the performance of that particular departments or that particular as a whole organization. So this is one of the example, slightly small, sorry, the dashboard for hospital. Okay, so you can see that the utilization of beds, and then the admission, the doctors, number of doctors available, nurses, administrators, and so on. So from there, you can also monitor, okay, the cash flow of your organization. Okay, and it can be accessible, okay, from many types of device. Okay, like last time, my former superior, okay, he monitor, okay, the performance of that for that particular department just through his phone. Okay, so he can see that from time to time, okay, what will be the cash flow and the performance, whether they have achieved to the expectation level. All right, so this is example of dashboard, another dashboard monitoring. Okay, so you can look at the quick ratio, current ratio, your cash balance, and so on. So this is the usage of IoT, okay, that is made available, okay, in the market. So maybe suspect also, I believe that maybe you have this dashboard for monitoring purposes. All right. So before I go into manager's role in achieving high performance, do you have any question before we break for 5 minutes? Can we break for 5 minutes? Okay. So you can put your questions in the chat box. Okay, we break for 5 minutes. Okay, we come back at maybe 11:20. All right.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay.
Okay. We take a break about 10 minutes.
Puan Shira, can I continue the session?
Hello, yes, Doctor. Please continue.
Okay, thank you.
Moderator.
All right, so basically next we want to see at the role of managers in achieving high performance. So as the middle management, okay, it is very important, okay, the managers to play their role, okay, in supporting and giving full commitment, okay, in helping your subordinates to achieve their performance. So what are the things that you can look into? All right, the first is to help, okay, your employees to move from ideas to action. Okay, means that maybe your subordinates came to you and, okay, boss, I have this idea, okay, and I plan to implement this in this certain area, okay, so that, okay, it will improvise the processes or the system that we have. Okay, so you have to basically, okay, support the idea and give, okay, some kind of commitment for you to follow through, okay, the idea that given to your employees, and that helps organization members to make right choices during changes and also design appropriate management system. Okay, I will go detail on this. So basically, when you're helping members to make a right choice during changes, so you have to provide your employee in giving the right direction. Okay, so as a manager, you always be one step ahead, okay, of your subordinates, okay, and giving direction, providing some answers. Okay, if let's say your employees or your subordinates ask about the changes or any questions related to that particular issue or problem, and then you have to also support with tools, okay, and then at the same time always inform them, okay, how the performance will be evaluated. Okay, this is very important. Your communication between your manager and the subordinates. Okay, you have to play your role in helping your subordinates to make right choices during changes. And designing performance management system. Okay, so you have to make sure that the performance management system, like just now you mentioned that you have APAR, so it has to be used and it needs to be measured appropriately. Okay, means that if let's say this particular position, okay, this is the KPI of that particular person, and you have to make sure that the KPI will reflect, okay, to the current responsibility of that individual. Okay, you have to address any issues that always arise. Okay, try to get things done. Okay, and always, okay, make sure that you communicate frequently, okay, with your subordinates to understand, okay, what would be the common problems that they are facing. Okay, so moving ideas from action, as I have explained to you a short one just now. So it is a process. Try to put, okay, the idea, okay, into the real action. You want to have these processes, okay, implemented in order for you to improvise the current process. Okay, like last time when I was working in one of the manufacturing company, okay, big automotive manufacturing company in Malaysia. So we have this, we call it employee suggestion scheme. Okay, you can also implement that in SASMEC. So all of the good good ideas, okay, or a new implementation, you can put in writing, and you can just drop in a box, so that every week, okay, the HR department, okay, will collect those that having the good ideas, okay, they will be rewarded with like food coupons and so on. So if your, let's say your idea has been selected, okay, you can also enjoy that kind of benefits. So after you have your idea, okay, you are given a chance for you to improvise, to implement, okay, in the company itself, and after that you need to measure the performance level. So for the company, from last time when I was working with that company, so for the first prize, the price is about 10,000 ringgit. Okay, because they managed, one group managed to improvise, okay, the productivity level, okay, from 20 to 60%. Okay, so it is a huge improvement. So from there, okay, the management will always have these activities, okay, in order for the employees to generate new ideas, okay, that can lead to higher productivity. So next we go into common problems, common performance measuring and reporting problem. Okay, so I believe that you face this in your department itself. Okay, for example, like you put too much detail in your reporting. Okay, it has to be simplified. Okay, don't put a lot of jargons, and then the numbers that sometimes will also conflict, okay, with other reports. Okay, so you have to make sure that your reporting is consistent. Okay, and goes as well as overly complex measures. Sometimes you put the measurement that is difficult for other person to understand. Okay, and then another issue that always find that will always happen is no links between performance data and goals. So you select the wrong information, okay, in order for you to match the achievement of the goals. So you have to make sure that your target, okay, being clearly mentioned. Okay, what would be the information that you will use in order for you to reflect or to report in terms of this, that in terms of that particular goals. And then unrelated sources of data. Okay, sometimes you use data which is maybe sometimes obsolete. Okay, and maybe the data that you use is wrong data from that particular certain department. Okay, and you fail to get the updated data. So unrelated sources also could lead to the problem. And then failure to customize. Okay, you have to customize according to your department. Okay, if let's say you are serving customer service, so you have to make sure that the measurement, okay, the KPI related to your customer service. And another issue that always you face is confusing charts and graph. Okay, so you have the data that you put in your graph. Okay, and the graph seems that difficult for other people to understand. Okay, that also will link into issues in understanding what you have achieved for your department. Just a short one on the productivity. So this is now I can see that all the activities we conducted online. Okay, and so this cartoon, even though we are having our business meeting with Zoom, now things move along at a snail's pace, just like before. Very familiar. So you know, sometimes when you have an online meeting, okay, and it is very difficult for the management to measure, okay, the performance of the employees during this hard time. Okay, but like for SASMEC, I think shouldn't be a problem, okay, because you are part of the essential services, so it is much more easier for you to manage your daily activities. So what is productivity? Productivity is the results of your output. Okay, your output, and based on the inputs given means that your current resources that you have, your labor, your machinery, okay, you able, okay, to produce a very good results. Okay, with the current facilities and resources that you have. Okay, so a lot of companies try to improve the productivity, because as you can see that you will face stiff competition from local and also international company. So it is very challenging for your organization to increase the productivity. Very challenging. So we want to look at the management commitment. How the management appears to become very committed in improving productivity of your organization. Like sometimes management sometimes does not really care about the productivity. Like sometimes they send mixed messages just to make the employee confused. What which direction you are moving towards. So as the top management, you have to really clearly define to your employee what where are we going now and why. What would be the new direction, or maybe the direction that we have to go, and then what would be the tactical strategy that we need to plan out. And then at operational level, you have to carry out things. Means that carry out the activities that will lead into the organizational performance. So basically, management has to play their role in giving full commitment towards increasing productivity of your organization. Apart from management, we are also looking at employees' commitment. So as the employees' commitment, all right, the skills, employee skills, and also attitude can also limit productivity. Sometimes the skills that the employee has does not able to meet the standard. That's why, like just now, HR has to play their role, in sending the selected employees, to attend any training so that they can improve, their skill from time to time. And then apart from that, we have also government regulation rules that sometimes that binded. I'm not sure whether SASMEC you have unions. Unions is another body that is established in the organization, whereby they will take care on the issues related to the non-executive staff. So sometimes we can see that the unions also plays their role in protecting the non-executive staff. Right. So improving productivity, two basic way. The first one, you can see that you able to produce the output without any increase in terms of your input or your cost. Means that you can increase your the delivery of your service, but you are using the same inputs or cost at that particular time. And another way, you can decrease the cost, without decreasing the amount of output. Means that here output is the ultimate goal. Means that you will increase, but at the same time, you try to minimize the cost that happens in your department. And the cost cutting methods of improving productivity. The first one, minimizing waste. So I believe that you have waste in your department. Maybe some of you can give example waste in your department. Any of the waste? Ada tak contoh? Any example of waste in your department? Okay, good. Paper, right? Other than papers? Those in the real operation side? You have sometimes like syringe, and then you have broken bottles. That is also part of waste. And some organization they make use of recycling, or maybe they sell. They sell the waste to the third party, and they can get some income from there. So what you can do, like for example, like paper, like just now. So you can minimize the usage of papers, okay, usage of papers by minimizing the printing. For example, like now all paperless, right? So if you have your system, okay, you can extract those information from the system. Okay, like boxes, boxes also you can make use or recycle, or maybe you can sell to third party. Okay, you need to minimize the waste. All right. Next we have reducing overhead. Okay, some of the administration costs. Okay, for example, like maybe in terms of overtimes, you can minimize. Okay, by having a proper planning. Okay, and some companies they outsource their service. Maksudnya, for example, in terms of salary, they outsource to third party instead of you hiring four or two or three staff, okay, to do the process, okay, but you can have the third party to conduct the process for you. That also can reduce the overhead cost. And then install modern equipment. Okay, when you have this modern equipment, okay, you can see that it will help, okay, to facilitate, okay, the processes, okay, into a shorter pace. For example, a shorter level. Okay, like just now when I give you example macam 7 or 8 processes. Okay, when you have this machine, okay, you can just cut short into only 3 level of processes instead of last time, okay, up to 7 or 8 level. So having this new equipment will also facilitate your organization and also productivity. And then improving methods of way things get done. Okay, the idle time, physical resources, this is including sometimes waiting time also is a loss to your company. Okay, say for example, maximum utilization of your service. Sehari maybe can go up to maximum 20 customer walk in. Okay, so if let's say, okay, you are able, okay, to plan out the schedule, okay, with your customer, and then scheduling with the doctors, nurses, and so on. Okay, then you will see that there's an improvement, okay, in terms of the processes that you take into place. So the idle time also is a loss to your organization. So try to minimize the idle time. I can make use of the maximize the utilization of resources. And then minimizing tardiness, absenteeism, and turnover. Okay, tardiness ni tak datang kerja lah. Okay, so sometimes MC, and then I think it's quite common for the organization to face this issue. Monday and Friday is a common days for MC. Right, so try to reduce. So maybe you need to monitor, okay, your subordinates for those that having issues related to MC. And then absenteeism, tak datang langsung, and then at the same time datang lambat dan sebagainya. That also will affect the performance, productivity of your organization. And turnover means that you are not happy with the organization ke, if you get better offer, okay, that also loss to a company. Maksudnya you are the asset of the company, and if let's say you resign, okay, the company will lose one talented employee, okay, of your organization. Okay, so you can minimize. If let's say you one of your staff resign, so you have to do again the hiring process will take a lot of cost. So you can ask HR lah, berapa cost untuk advertisement, berapa cost untuk call for interview and so on. So you can minimize this issue. Okay, fearful of productivity improvement. Okay, when it comes to the company not performing well. Okay, so some companies they try to restructure. They call it restructure, or after they have done the restructuring, so you will lay off some of the employees. Maksudnya dibuang kerja ataupun diberi VSS, MSS. So as you can see that during this pandemic, COVID-19, so a lot of companies are laying off their employees. Very, very tough and very, very challenging. Okay, so basically when this happen, okay, the loads of those that already left the company, okay, will be given to those remaining employees. So jadi the employees will feel fear, okay, oh, if this person ambil BSS ke MSS, so I have to take over all the burden of the job. So jadi you have to basically really plan, okay, giving to the employees, assigning new tasks to the employee. Jangan bagi task that is irrelevant, maksudnya it's not relevant to the background of the employee, okay, and sometimes it's not right for you to do that, okay, because it is not matched with the skills, knowledge and ability of that particular employee. Supervisors, supervisors, manager, okay, you have to support, okay, your employees, your subordinates, right? So you have to make sure that you always inform any changes happening in the organization, okay, means that try to give some idea, okay, and then promoting the benefits of productivity, okay, and from time to time, okay, always, okay, listen to your employees. Okay, sometimes they have different view, different perspective, always listen to them. Okay, don't think that, oh, I'm the manager, everyone has to follow my rules and follow my game, right? So you have to make sure that your employees communicate always with your employees, okay, to hear what will be the issues that faced by your employees. All right. We have also management limitation. Okay, as you know that whenever it comes to the management side, the limitation sometimes comes, okay, in many angles. For example, the investment, okay, and then the investment and the resources that they have, okay, and sometimes it is very difficult, okay, for the organization, okay, to move, okay, towards better level. So employee has to play their role, okay, in improving or continuously contribute to improve productivity. Okay, and management has to play their role, okay, to understand what would be the concern coming from the employee and the resources that required, okay, by your employee in order for them to perform. Alright, as the management commitment, okay, supervisor should set a good example. So here, your boss has to set a very good example to your staff. Okay, make sure that they demonstrate, okay, good behavior and interest in department's productivity. Okay, support your employees, support your subordinates, and ensuring job are done right the first time. So it means that here, okay, any task given to you, okay, it has to be done correctly. So your supervisor has to play their role in monitoring your employees or your subordinates. And then in terms of resources, supervisor should aware of what resources are needed and effectively utilized. So once you have your resources in your department, okay, you have your asset, okay, you have your employees, okay, you have all the tools that support the processes. So you have to make sure that it is effectively utilized. Okay, so that means that it is much more easier, okay, for you to manage when you have all this together. And inform employees about the use and care of resources. Okay, take care of the facility that you have, okay, in your department. Okay, and because you will need to use that for a longer terms, and having good communication upward and downward also will help, okay, in highlighting the management commitments toward productivity. Right. Next is the improving employees' attitude and skills. Right. So improving productivity involve making changes. So in any kind of situation, right? So you want to improvise the process. So definitely there will be some changes that you will make. Okay. So when you make that changes, okay, so you have to put your effort towards the changes. Right, so you have to make sure that, okay, as the employees, okay, your skill level is up, okay, is up to that particular standard, okay, and making sure that the task can be done in different pace and or different method, okay, and sometimes you may find that staff unwilling to learn and also unable to learn. This is also another issue. So you have to make sure, like just now, Cik Liza mentioned about having the right mindset. Okay, also that lead into improving the attitudes and skills of the employee. So you have to proactive, okay, in obtaining or getting new knowledge and then learning from the best. Okay, that will assist you, okay, to survive in your department. So negative attitudes, employee with negative attitudes also will have link sometimes to the improvement. Okay, you have to also understand as the manager, okay, or head of departments, you have to understand, okay, what would be the issues faced by the employee. Okay, sometimes because of the lack of knowledge, okay, they cannot deliver the task as what you expected. Okay, so you have to make sure that your employees having the right skill in order for them to perform or deliver their tasks. So this is the equation of productivity, okay, output versus inputs. So you can see that the outputs and inputs can be measured, evaluated, okay, individuals by individuals, department, organization, and also as a whole in countries. So as for SASMEC, okay, the APAR helps, okay, the departments or head of departments or the managers to understand, okay, the individual's performance. Okay, how does that reflect, okay, to overall organization performance, right? So this is an example of measuring productivity. So maybe here you have one patient per day. Okay, this is how you measure. One patient per day, you need to have 6 nurses because it is 24 hours. And then maybe 100 patients, 600 nursing. But the actual hours work, okay, is only 575 hours. So it is still below the expected, the targeted nursing hours. So it shows, okay, a very good productivity, because you have able to target below that 600 nursing hours. But you have to also look at some of the issues that could happen. Sometimes not necessarily low numbers can give positive results. Okay, so you can also look at some of the issues faced by the staff. Sometimes because of staff is facing stress, okay, the task that they delivered, okay, it's just to complete, okay, at that particular time. It's not really meeting the expectation of the customer. Okay, that also will lead into dissatisfaction, and then also burnout and also turnover. Burnout means that you overwork. Means that maybe the hours given to you is more than expected. So that lead into turnover. So you can have this a very simple calculation, okay, in your department, so that you can easily monitor your weekly productivity. So some of the cost control strategy, okay, basically you have to ensure, okay, the costs being controlled from time to time, okay, and ensuring the cost is not beyond as what being budgeted, okay, in your department or your organization. So increasing output, okay, try to maximize the utilization of current asset. Okay, so you can maximize the output, right? And then you can also improving methods. Okay, improving method means that you have new techniques, okay, in order for you to improve the service delivery. Okay, and you can also reduce your overhead, as I have explained just now. Okay, try maybe you can conduct outsourcing, okay, minimizing the administrative costs and so on, and then minimizing waste. Okay, you can also conduct this in your department, and then regulating or leveling workflow. Okay, so here, for example, like you have you simplify the work process. Okay, from maybe 8 level steps. Okay, you can minimize into maybe 5 or 4. So you can save a lot of costs by removing the three level of activities. And then you can also upgrade, okay, using the modern equipment, okay, ensuring the ROI, return of investment, okay, to your company, and minimizing the tardiness, absenteeism, and turnover. So next, I want to highlight about the employee behavior, right? So employee behavior also can be considered as another form wasted time, results in postponing or avoiding work. Procrastination pun ya juga, means that you try to delay your work. So when you delay your work, okay, you will find that you need to work extra time. Okay, sometimes it leads into overtime. Okay, and then maybe you go for morning break. Morning break normally 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Okay, but you go for 1 hour break. So pergi minum kopi ke apa dan sebagainya. Try to avoid. Maksudnya try to not to be part of this negative behavior. Okay, and then train and motivate employee. Okay, from time to time, okay, you need to make sure, okay, your employee, okay, being given opportunity to attend training. Okay, always motivate them. Okay, in order for them to lead into superior performance. Okay, right. Minimize tardiness, absenteeism, turnover. So lack of motivation. This is very crucial. Means that as the head of department, okay, you have to make sure that you always motivate your employees or motivate your subordinates. Okay, low morale. Sometimes maybe you feel when you wake up, okay, morning, okay, you want to go to work, and then you feel that very demotivated to go to work. Right, so that shows that you have low morale. Okay, low morale, and you have to discuss. Means that discuss with your superior. Okay, try to find ways in order for you to mitigate or try to solve that particular issue. So lack of motivation can lead to tardiness and also absenteeism. Right. And another thing, okay, fears about productivity improvement. Okay, please take this positively. Okay, so when there's new improvement that needs to be done in your organization, okay, please make sure that you take that positively. Okay, always remember positive thinking. Okay, is very important. Every morning, okay, always have a positive drive. Okay, so that you can embrace any changes that will lead into productivity improvement. Okay, so this is my last slide. Okay, how SASMEC can achieve the same success. Okay, I've been sharing with you, okay, the top 5 hospitals in Malaysia, private hospital in Malaysia, organizational performance, productivity, but how SASMEC can achieve the same success. Okay, this is the dream of all organization. Right, first, the most important thing is to have good planning. Right, so the business plan of SASMEC, okay, will help, okay, the employees to understand better overall direction of the company. Okay, so this includes the participation, okay, of all departments, okay, including how you use your budget, okay, the projection, and also the distribution of the strategy. Okay, next is the employee retention. Okay, employee retention means that the offers, okay, that you offer to your employee, the benefits, okay, that you give to your employees. This including the competitive salary, okay, your employer relations, okay, health benefits, career development, and safe working environment. So a successful company basically works hard to recruit good talent and keep it. That means that SASMEC has a very talented employee in the organization. Okay, you have to make sure you're able to retain them in your organization. Okay, and the management also helps to ensure that the planning, okay, delivered or communicated well, okay, to the employees, okay, and then the planning, okay, and the employees, the management has to put their confidence, okay, when they have invested in this company, right? So you have to make sure that it is being managed well, okay, and you need to make sure that the management team has to play their role, okay, in order to give guidance and success to the necessary resources and guidance to success of the organization. And last but not least, financing. Basically, when the company is moving towards higher level, okay, so you need to have proper financing. Okay, so you need to have financing from external sources, okay, your partners, okay, to work with you, okay, and in order for you to deliver better services. Okay, that's why, okay, some companies, you can see that they have merger, acquisition. All right, so they want to increase the visibility, visibility in the market, and they want to ensure that they're able to deliver, okay, better profits, better services that lead into greater performance and profits to the organization. All right, I think that's all from my side. Okay, a very short sharing, okay, related to the organizational performance and productivity. Okay, I hope that by having this short session, okay, it will help, okay, you to get some idea of ways in order for you to improve the organization performance and also productivity. Okay, do you have any question that you would like to ask, or you can put it in the chat box? Before I think I hand over again to Madam Shira.
Any question from audience? I think
There's no question, Madam Shira?
there's no question from audience.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Suhaida, for the nice sharing.
Okay, sure.
Hopefully all of us can get benefit from this talk. With that, we end our talk with Tasbih Kifarah and Surah Al-Ans. Thank you, Dr. Suhaida.
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me.
All right.